we took 5 months of call that I had, like sales call, discovery call. We upload everything on ChatGPT and we ask, can you find some pattern that some problem that all the clients have? We noticed some problem that all of them they had. We updated the landing page and the ads and everything that we are running based on the new problem that we figure out in the calls. So we added some more content, we changed a bit the pricing. At the end, the offer is managing Google, Facebook, and the content.
So welcome back to Growth Lab Sessions. I'm Joao, CEO of Stealth White Label Agency, and my mission is simple: to help marketing agencies grow and build sustainable success. And today I'm joined by a founder who represents the new era of e-commerce growth. He's the founder of Elevate Digital that consistently scales Shopify brands to 7 and 8 figures in revenue. Their Shopify portfolio brands. So welcome back to Growth Lab Sessions. I'm Joao, CEO of Stealth White Label Agency, and my mission is simple: to help marketing agencies grow and build sustainable success. And today I'm joined by a founder who represents the new era of e-commerce growth. He's the founder of Elevate Digital that consistently scales Shopify brands to 7 and 8 figures in revenue. Their Shopify portfolio brands have been featured on Sephora, Shark Tank, and Forbes, all while doubling revenue from ads in less than 90 days. Stefano Mazzei, welcome to Growth Lab Sessions. Are you ready to take it to the lab?
Yes, let's go, ready.
All right, awesome. Man, thank you so much for joining. Why don't we start by giving a little bit of background of, where are you from, where do you live now, and what is your agency all about?
For sure. So I'm from Italy, as you can probably hear from my strong Italian accent. And well, I left the country almost 5 years ago. I lived most of the time in America Latina, and currently I'm staying in Medellín. That is a really cool place. It's full of online entrepreneurs and people that we know each other, so that's great. And yes, I'm the owner of Elevate Digital. We work with Shopify brand. We scale them to 7 and 8 figures with Meta, Google Ads, and managing content. Been doing that for almost 5 years, and before I was a freelance, but yes, the agency is 5 years old.
Wow, okay. So you are Italian. Where in Italy are you from?
I'm from Florence. Well, honestly, from a very small place close to Florence, 2,000 people living there, very small one, but close to Florence.
So when did you first get online and start working as a freelancer?
I remember because I used to be a personal trainer online. I mean, online, they were not like online thing, but still I was trying to do stuff with Instagram many years ago, maybe 8 years ago. And one day I was like, I want to make money from training people online potentially. So I started to go on Google, how to make money being a personal trainer, how to grow Instagram. And I found a online course, like a PDF. I said, okay, it was 27 euros and I didn't have money, but well, 27 euros is something that I had. So like, okay, let's buy it. And I got it. I was like, wow, so many information. And I started to apply everything. Then I got another course. And from there, I started to make money and growing my Instagram, and people noticed that my Instagram was growing, so they start to ask me, how can you make that? I say, well, maybe you can pay me. And I start to charge people how to grow their Instagram, like very few money, like maybe $30 per month, nothing, but for me it was insane. And from there I start to get into communities, and I found out about Facebook ads. And then all my focus moved to the advertising side. And then I started to work with e-commerce. Everything was like a consequence, like meeting people. Oh, e-commerce, interesting. I can do Facebook, let's try. And from there, I start to work full time with e-commerce. and with a friend of mine that I met at university, we started to work together, and we made the agency together. But it all started because I was wondering how to make money as a personal trainer online.
That's magical. There's a lot of power in taking courses, right? Like I also got my start uh, in, running ads via online course. And that taught me everything. It opened a whole new world. And, I guess like the ambition was always there to want to make money. But then the course was what kind of showed everything and the potential to online advertising. And I'm also like from a really small city in Brazil, 20,000 people live in my city. I moved to the US when I was 13 years old, so I've been there for a long time. But I love how international, like people outside of the US doing business in the US, have gotten their start, and their start was from an online course, right? So I was also talking to another agency owner who is from Eastern Europe, and he got his start in an online course. Now, I want to transition a little bit to, talking to you a little bit more about why did you want to, like, when did you start getting clients in the US as opposed to Italy?
Yeah, this is an interesting question because I was struggling a lot with Italian clients, like let's say until 3 years ago, more or less. Because in Italy, we don't have much money, honestly. So if a client in the US pay you, let's say 5K per month, in Italy they pay you maybe 1,000. And for Italian, 1,000 per month is a lot, even because taxation is super high and it's very hard to pay people a lot, so salaries are very low. And all my clients, they were paying me 300, 400, 500, 700 maximum. They were demanding a lot because clearly they had no money, so every money spent on me, it meant for them a lot, so it makes sense they wanted a lot out of it. Then we start to notice that people were making way more money in the US. With the US client, they were getting paid way more than us, and we were with friends. They were working with US client. We were like, wow, we are getting the same amount of money from one client that I get from 5. So we started to work on Upwork because in Upwork in Italy doesn't exist basically. So we start to get some client from Upwork in the US, still charging not that much, maybe 1,000, something like that, but still getting reviews and amount spent on Upwork, which is fundamental to get bigger client. And from there, where we start to get momentum, more client, the account was growing. So we full transition into the US. And currently we are not working with a single Italian client. We had one until last year, but then it was the last one. We're not even looking for them. So honestly, we don't want to work with the Italian market.
Yeah.
So yeah, we work just with the US. Even another big problem with the Italian market is that you need Italian people in the agency, and it's quite expensive to hire them because of the taxation. Basically, you need to pay them double to give them a normal salary. So we decided to do let's go all in the US, and it worked. So
That's amazing.
makes
I love
sense.
that. I love that, in this day and age, we're not confined by boundaries. And we, we have worked with a lot of international companies that want us to white label for them in the US. But we're also like primarily doing business only in the United States. There's so much market in the US, and people are so educated about buying services and about being a good client, right? Also, like the US government is a better environment for doing business. Like Brazil and Italy,
Yeah.
there's so much tax involved. There's like
Let's say in Italy,
so many.
people are not business oriented, are
Yeah, they're
more
not
surviving
exactly.
oriented.
That's the best way to put it. They're not business oriented. Let's leave it at that. um, cool, man. So you focused on, capturing new clients through Upwork. You were working with one of your friends as like freelancers. At what point, so you started shifting more to the e-commerce space. At what point did you define your offer where it started working for your e-commerce company? Because your positioning is pretty bold, right? You say 2x revenue from ads in under 90 days. When did that become like the offer you were running, and how were you perceived by clients when you started, or by potential leads when you started running that offer?
Yeah, on Upwork it's very hard to find good client. It was good to start making some money. That's okay. I mean, if you want to, it's very great if you want to be a freelance, honestly, very, very good. From there, we start to acquire client with cold mailing. So sending like mailing with instantly, something like that. And this year, and end of last year, we start to run ads with a landing page, like proper ads, with an offer, like specific landing page. And at the beginning it didn't work, probably because everything was new, but then it start to bring good leads, and our target became someone doing at least 50, 60K per month, so they could afford our service and they want to scale over 100,000 per month or even more with their store. And we found that sweet point where we found those clients that were doing okay, nothing crazy, but they didn't know to scale further. So maybe they missed some volume of content. They didn't know who was their ideal client, so they were running just random content, just static ads, or they were not using content creator. So just adding content creator, some UGC content, we were seeing great result for this client because they had a good product. They didn't know to go further, and this was the missing piece, having better content and a better structure on that. So when we start to get some client like that, we noticed that we could help them for real, and so we went all in with the ads, and still we are getting this kind of client, all with a similar error, similar patterns. So there is something there in this specific persona that is working for us.
Okay, now you started running ads, right? What was the offer that you were running in the ads in the beginning?
So we had a lead magnet. We were making 5 free ads. So they had to book a call with us. We were making like a discovery call, and we were making 5 free ads. A couple of UGC, 3 statics, so they had to share with us the material. Plus, we were asking the access to that account, so we could see if there were some particular error, and so we were coming back with an audit plus free ads, so they could see how we were working, and then there were the offer just for content in case we noticed that they were not spending enough, or the full management, Google, Facebook, and the content. So we were trying to make 2 different offers specific if they were not spending enough, maybe they just need the content and they were not ready for delegating everything, or like the full pack.
So how did that evolve into the offer that you're running now? Are you running ads now?
Yep. Yeah, currently we're running ads. We're about to launch a Black Friday offer this week.
Okay.
What we did was very simple.
A quick break in the podcast to tell you about Stealth, my white label marketing agency. If you're an agency owner and feeling stuck in fulfillment, hiring, and team management while trying to scale, this is for you. Stealth helps agency owners like you take fulfillment off your plate so you can focus on growth of your agency, from running ad campaigns and SEO to creating high converting content and managing CRMs. We handle the back end for your clients so you don't have to. Whether you're drowning in client work or struggling to scale your agency, Stealth gives you the support you need to scale without the headache. And if that sounds like a fit, then check out our website link in the description and book a time to speak with a consultant. And now back to the pod.
We took 5 months of call that I had, like sales call, discovery call. We upload everything on ChatGPT, We ask, can you find some pattern that all the client some problem that all the client have? We noticed some problem that all of them they had, so we updated the landing page and the ads and everything that we are running based on the new problem that we figure out in the calls. So we added some more content, we changed a bit the pricing, but at the end the offer is managing Google, Facebook, and the content.
All right, so let's break that up, okay, for the audience, because I do something similar as well in terms of uploading calls to AI, call transcripts. Now, there's a few things going on when you're running ads, right? One is the offer, the other one is like the angle, creatives, copy, landing page, right? And so when you're uploading the calls to AI and you got the output, like, first of all, did you get what was the output? Was it like the angle, the offer, the creatives, and the copy? Like, what did you get from AI in terms of like the first step? In terms of the first step.
Mostly the most frequent problem that the client had that we had.
Okay, so
We
the
found
pain
during
point, the biggest
discovery.
pain
Yeah,
point.
the pain point. We focus a lot on the pain point in the landing page,
Okay. All
so
right.
that they
And
couldn't be
so,
stable, they couldn't scale. I mean, if they were adding money, they were going down normally, so they didn't have a good structure. They didn't know how to produce good content and a bigger quantity of content. So those were the main problem. We try to change the pain point and adapt a bit the offer.
cool. So you got the biggest pain points, and then from that point, the biggest pain point kind of showed you like different parts of like the pain point that you just described. Okay. From that point, what was your next step in terms of thinking of your whole funnel strategy?
We remade directly the land. We stopped everything, honestly. They say, okay, let's stop everything. Let's rethink everything because it was working. I mean, we were profitable, no problem, but we were sure we could do better. So we remade the copy of the landing page first. And then we restarted all that. Same ads, same everything with a different landing page. We wanted to see if the return, at least in a month, was higher. And at the end, it was higher. Just some smaller point still was good. Now, what we want to do, and we are doing it right now,
Okay, so hold
is
on. Sorry. Let me stop you there for a second. Because I
yeah,
think what you're saying is super valuable to a lot of agency owners running ads for their offers because I've seen that myself, okay? Like that process has generated me a lot of results. So let's go back a little bit, and I want the audience to really stay with us now because there's a lot of value here. You uploaded your calls to AI. You found like the biggest pain points and like smaller pain points along those lines. You stopped running your ads and you restructured your landing page, correct?
yeah, that's correct.
That restructuring of the landing page was with the new language of the pain points that you got
Yeah,
from reviewing your
yeah,
calls. Okay. Now, your ads stayed the same,
yeah,
like to what you were running before. Okay, so you wanted to understand that if you wanted to change
exactly.
just one factor so you can test if the landing page was going to drive you more business, right? And not change the ads yet, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to isolate one variable because if I
Isolate one
change the
variable.
ads and the landing, I don't know which one really brought the
Yeah.
results. So we move from with the probably the one that can bring the big impact on that, which is the landing page for me. So we start from there. We create a variant of that with a new copy, with a new pain point. We didn't change the design, but it was good enough, honestly. And from there, we start to run the same ads. We saw the results, and we tried again with two different landing pages. One shorter. It was a Twitter style landing page, super easy to be done. Like they were like the offer, deadline with the offer, the pain point, click here, and an image on the left. That's it. It worked quite well. More or less, the rest were very similar. And then we tried another landing page, same copy, different design, similar results. We even made another change. After that, we changed the form because based on the goal that we had, we noticed that the quick climb for us, they were spending more. So normally we ask how much are you investing per month in your ads. So we removed directly the first option. So minimum they had to spend 10,000 per month or more. So we removed the first one. We didn't want these kind of leads. And in this case, we received less leads. The CPL went a bit higher, but the quality was better, definitely. So it was a good move.
Okay.
From there, what we are doing right now, because we reached probably 2 weeks ago, we got some consultation with very good landing page expert, and they told us probably the best move right now is to make something super specific. So instead of running Shopify store, beauty, Shopify store, supplement, Shopify store, food or fashion. So those are normally the 4 niche that we work with because probably are the most common. So we are going to create a specific landing page for a specific customer that can be, I don't know, a beauty brand, and with specific ads for them. Probably this can be the biggest impact because we are going to speak with a very specific persona solving their specific problem that are the same of the other one, but if we talk about beauty brand, they will feel it better, I don't know. So this is what we are going to do right now. Dividing everything like super specific. It's going to be way more expensive.
Let's go back a little bit because it got kind of you moved too fast for my brain at least. So let's move back. You changed the landing page. You saw a lift in the conversion, right? And like, how much improvement was it in the conversion? Was it better leads, like better CPL?
No, the CPL was similar, better conversion rate. It was just 1% more.
Okay.
So it's a lot.
So 1% more is a lot. Like, depending on your volume of ads, it could be a lot, right? Now, when did you change? So when you saw that improvement, did you change the ads as well? Like based on you just kept the same ads?
Yeah, we kept the same ads.
Why did you keep the same ads and not change it based on your call reviews?
Yeah, because we reached the point where we had like a consultation with a person.
Okay.
And we were like, we changed the ads, but they say, well, the most impactful thing that you can do is make a specific landing page for each persona.
Okay.
Which is quite fast. We just need to change some copy, maybe the design, maybe. So then we are going to change the ads as well, making super specific ads.
So you're going to go from general e-commerce to like
specific
sub-niche e-commerce, right?
Exactly. Even because we have case studies for those for niche, so that's okay. We can do that, and probably can work way better. I don't even know why we start like that, honestly.
What did the consultant tell you? What was the reasoning for the consultant to tell you to sub-niche within the e-commerce vertical?
She said that normally this is what you should do when, like, let's say a generic offer work. To scale it up, probably you need to go a bit niche down and go more specific so you can get better leads, probably more expensive, but way better leads. Because lately we were getting same amount of leads, maybe the quality was inferior, but like what she say, we were like, oh well, you're right, we are a bit more too generic. We need to niche down. If we even check some competitor running similar offer, we noticed that they're doing like for beauty brand, for fashion brand, so probably makes sense.
Okay, nice. And when you're sub-niching, are you running a different offer for the different sub-niches?
No, honestly, I believe the problem they have is the same. It's just the communication.
Okay.
I don't see big difference between those clients. They have the same problem. They have problem with content. They're probably making more content and
So
keeping stable the
how
campaign.
how big is your team now?
Currently, we are in 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the breakup of your agency? Like, walk me through the different roles that you have.
So there is me, that I'm the same. I'm managing the content, plus I'm making even the ads and touching a bit the landing pages. My business partner, still from Italy, and he's the one in charge of getting new clients. So he's doing the cold mailing, he's doing all the funnel, the backend with go level, all this kind of technical stuff, plus sales calls sometime. And then we have a content manager. She's handling all the content team and talking with the client. We have a video editor. She's editing all the videos. We have a graphic designer. She's doing all the graphic designing.
Yeah.
We have a BDR. She's handling all the leads that we are getting. And sorry, we have two video editor.
Okay. Okay.
Google
And
Ads.
now,
Sorry, Google Media Buyer and Facebook Media Buyer.
cool. All right, awesome. So, in terms of scaling, right? Like, well, before scaling, what is your day-to-day like as the CEO? Are you the CEO of the agency?
Co-founder, I don't know.
Co-founder? So, as the co-founder of the agency, what's your day-to-day like right now?
Good question. So my target now is trying to work as less as possible in the
Okay.
day-to-day
Okay.
operation, dealing with the client. We are trying to focus on like 70% on tasks that make grow the agency. I don't know to call that, like
Revenue
very
generating
important.
tasks?
Yeah, revenue generating task, and the other 30% in dealing with some client problem or the team or something that you need to do to keep everything alive. So my focus is trying to keep in this balance. So right now I'm working a lot with the media buyers because this is the last missing part to be everything delegated, because the content team is doing great. I don't even talk with them, they're doing everything perfectly. We had some problem with the media buyer, we had to fire them, get others, fire them again, get others. Now we decided to hire the girlfriend of my business partner, that she's here, so she's coming to the office every day. So I'm talking with her like 3-4 hours per day until she's ready, probably a week more, then it's done. And from there, probably I will work with the team and the buyer, maybe 1 or 2 hours per day maximum. And all the other time I want to invest in revenue generating tasks, so it can be making more content or making better processes, delegating better, figuring out where is the bottleneck, and something like that. So my day-to-day is right now is getting to the office from 9 to midday, and with my business partner and girlfriend, teaching her. I mean, she's good already, but figuring out the last part of the media buying part, and then from there I work on processes and
Okay.
some calls.
Nice. So you're still doing a lot of like operational
Yeah.
driven tasks. And you're getting to the point where your focus is, you're with 8 people now, you're getting to the point where your focus is becoming revenue generating activities, right? Because you want to scale the agency. Now, what are your goals for scaling the agency? Like, what are you trying to get to end of year? Like, how much growth are you looking to get until the end of the year?
So right now is interesting because it's difficult to close a client, because the client we aim for, probably they already have figured out everything until the end of the year. But the client we work with, they pay us even a percentage on the spending or the revenue, so it's where we can make most of the money, but we cannot get more client. Or if we get some, probably can be one or two, nothing more. I'm quite sure about that. I hope I'm wrong, but all the call that we are having, like, yes, it's very interesting, but now we are done for the Black Friday, everything is ready. We are trying to sell a lot of content. So potentially we want to reach probably 100,000 per month, November, December, something like that.
Okay, nice.
But it can be difficult to go over that unless some magic happen. The landing
Unless
page
you
works
land a
incredibly well.
whale.
Yeah,
Unless you
yeah.
land a
We
big
got
whale.
one. We got one last week. Super huge e-commerce doing 20 million per year.
Wow.
Insanely big.
Through ads?
No, I wish. Through a partner that
Okay.
is like a fractional CMO for e-commerce, and all the time you get into these kind of big whales. Talk with them. It took 3 months to close him because he's
Wow.
big. So he was like talking with them, and we are his point of. I mean, we are the one helping him with for the ads part. So that time we get in touch with this kind of client, and you see that they have a ads problem, talk with us. So we got this huge client, so big. But yeah, we are very happy for that. But all the merits, honestly, are for this person that is handling everything. He has been working with e-commerce for over 20 years. He got contacts of everybody, so that's great. With ads,
How did you get their contact?
we got this contact 2 years ago. He
Wow.
saw me on Upwork, but he texted me on LinkedIn. It
Okay.
was a weird text. I didn't even know if I wanted to reply, but I said, why not? So I replied to him. He was like, I'm looking for a agency that can help me. I'm working with this kind of client. I was like, yeah, maybe it's not even real, but let's make a call. Then he showed me, okay, I have this client that I want to work with. It's a huge e-commerce in Canada. I need help because they are doing good. They were doing good. They were doing like 3-4x with traffic campaign. And I said to him, well, yes, of course I can help. And then it took him a couple of months. We closed him. One day they went from 3 to 12x just because we changed from traffic to purchase. And we are still working with them after 2 years. So yeah, because of Upwork, but he checked on me on LinkedIn.
Okay. Now, he went after you. Does it make sense for you as a e-commerce agency to go after fractional, CMOs for e-commerces? Have you thought about that? What's your plan around that?
Yeah, of course. We talk with him because we say, look, everybody, to land this huge client. We have no idea, honestly, how to get even in touch with this kind of client. We are too small. We are not a huge agency. So we say that after this client is going to help us to connect with other fractional CMO that are working with big agency, and normally they just do like a consulting part, but they don't offer anything else. So yes, we have this plan to work with him as a consultant or as someone helping us to land bigger client, because he doesn't work with smaller. He works with minimum 20 million and above.
Wow. Okay. Um, cool, man. So, speaking of e-commerce, you work with a lot of brands, you manage a lot of ad budget. What do you think are some of the trends when it comes to client acquisition for e-commerces? Like, what do you think are some of the, media buying trends working right now for e-commerce brands?
Yeah, everybody now is talking about Andromeda, which is the latest update on Meta. I don't see that huge change because I was doing already very similar stuff. There is no like magic trick that you can do on media buying. Most of the work is done by the creative. I believe that right now the creative is making the audience, so it's very important to make very specific creative, talking with a specific persona, with specific hook, very studied creative, because is going to hit like a very specific target and it can work. Now with this latest update, I noticed that a lot of people, me included, are working with even less campaign, like one campaign, one ad set, and a lot of creative inside with different angle. We are talking about differentiation of ads. So with content creator, just B-roll, static, different angle, AI, everything. More differentiation you have, more chance you have to hit the right target and different target. We are even talking about like micro hook, micro heads, talking about super specific angles, so going super deep down on super specific problem, because with this new update apparently you can really hit this kind of people with this super specific problem, so it's worth to deep down even more on your ideal customer and make super specific content. This is what we are trying to do right now. Then what I believe is working the best, still hiring content creator and getting very authentic content. AI is working clearly, but authentic content, I believe they're working better because people can recognize if it is AI or not.
Where do you hire great content creators?
We use platform sometimes like Billo or other hundred of platform, or otherwise we use a person that is scraping people on Instagram or everywhere that they can find, texting them like, oh, what is do you have like example, do you send me the pricing, what kind of product you can work with. So we have a kind of database, and we give this database to the client. They can get in touch with the content creator, they can choose them. Still, the platform are working well if you provide them like a script and you don't give 100% of freedom to the content creator, because sometimes they make horrible content. Still, bad content works. It's very difficult to make it understand to the brand because they want to stay on brand, everything needs to look super perfect, but sometimes very bad content, they just work. But yeah, we have different sources.
Okay. Now, when it comes to a script, so now when it comes to an ad script, what is the structure that you like to use in terms of giving the content? So what is a great script that you like to give them?
This is a part that my content team is making. I haven't done a script for a while, but we have like a process. We create like a second brain on a project on ChatGPT. So we take the onboarding, the kickoff call, all the document that they have, all the competitor research we can do, YouTube videos on how to make hooks and everything, how to make script. We have a big database of data. We put it on a project on the GTP. And from there, we ask to identify persona, and from there we make a script. Normally it's the classic one. There is like a hook, there is a body with a problem solution or some highlights of the product, and then a final call to action. The thing is being quite specific on the problem that you're solving. The hooks need to be related to the product. It cannot be just something super catchy that then doesn't fit with the content. Otherwise, maybe you can drive super bad traffic. So it needs to be like very coherent. Even the copy that you are using need to be related to the content. Everything needs to be like something very coherent, even with the landing page after. But since we are not offering landing pages, we work a lot on the content, and yeah, this is the thing we do.
Okay, awesome. Dude, I love this thing that you're talking about, a second brain. Have you seen other agencies use that?
Honestly, I don't know. I have a friend here at the office where I am that is the owner of eCommerce. He's doing quite well, like $500,000 per month, selling eyelashes with a magnet. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he did that. We didn't even talk each other, but he did the same. We have the same processes, and Yeah, he did the same, and he's using it. He wanted to hire like a copywriter. He couldn't find a good one, so he said fuck it, and he started to make this huge GTP project with all the files, and it's working super well. So he's using it. I don't know about other agencies or other e-commerce owner. Probably yes, I guess so. Or ideal client, probably not, because they have this problem.
Cool. Now, when it comes to account management, how do you communicate with your clients?
We use Slack. We have daily communication. If they text us, we reply as soon as possible. Normally in 1 hour we do that. Plus we offer weekly call. If they want to do that, nobody does weekly call. No clients want to do that. Normally every 2 weeks. So we have that. Plus every week on Monday we send a weekly report, and first of the month, the monthly report.
Okay, cool. And do you feel like, are you like, who's in charge of talking to your clients?
Yeah, I'm taking the calls.
You're taking the client calls, so you're doing account management.
Still,
Okay.
yes.
All right, cool. Sounds good, man. I love everything that you shared, especially, with the client acquisition stuff. I feel like there's a lot that other agency owners can take away from what you shared. I do want to ask you a little bit more and ask you about things outside of business, right? What grounds you? What do you do outside of business that grounds you and brings sustainability to being a business owner?
This is a great question. I have a lot of problem of dividing business and real life. I had to go in therapy because of that. I couldn't stop working. I never stop working. I couldn't. So I found myself working all day long. Apart from going to the gym, this is something I need to do that. Apart from that, I was just working. I was like stopping to work, going back home, like completely lost. I didn't even want to talk with people, like completely lost. It lasted for a while, long time, honestly. Then I figured out that I had this problem. So I decided to go to talk with someone that could help me for real, not just friends. So right now I'm doing okay, honestly. The thing is, he recommend me to work less, because it doesn't make sense to work like 10, 12 hours, even because the last hour you will do are like, you're not working, you're probably just looking at the screen, not doing anything. And this is real. Sometimes I found myself just looking at the screen, just being there to control everything, just in case something happened, but it's just in your mind. So I start to not just organizing my daily job, but even organizing my free time, like scheduling it. So I had to do it yes or yes. I couldn't say no. So in this way now I'm working way less hours than before, and focusing on more money, leverage, task, and delegating more is something that you can do. Even if because you give yourself more time, it doesn't make sense. Probably you won't even do the task anyway. If you give yourself less time, you will do the task in less time. It's called Parkinson effect, something like that, if I'm not wrong. So it's very important to schedule free time with your friends. It's important to be a good friend. Don't just stay stuck in the office all day long. Be a good friend. Be with the family. Go out. Just do nothing sometime. And you get the best idea when you're doing nothing. So it's very important to take time for yourself. So now I feel way better than 1 year ago.
Yeah,
I was
for
completely
sure.
stuck. I couldn't go out. But
Everything
probably this is
becomes
something that most of the business owner face during the journey.
Yeah, yeah. I think at one point we just got to find, uh, a lifestyle that is more sustainable, right? Where you're
Yeah.
not getting into burnout stages, things like that.
Yeah, it was like a cycle. Burnout, stopping working for a couple of days, burnout again. Yeah, it makes sense
Yeah.
to lock in and work hard for maybe 2 weeks every 3 months. I don't know, like Black Friday, of course, I will lock in and do my best. But then you cannot keep up with the lock in and go over and over, just relax.
Yeah,
Because
take some time
motivation,
off
yeah,
and create a
yeah,
life
yeah,
that you want to live, right?
yeah,
Now,
exactly.
let's change gears for a second and go into a rapid fire round, okay? I want you to just answer these questions in like 1 to 10 seconds at most. And whatever comes to your mind first, let me know. Now, what is one tool or software that you can't live without running your agency?
Right now, ChatGPT.
I love it. Now, tell me about a client case study you're most proud of.
The one client that we have to go from 3 to 12x in one day, just fixing some campaign. Like, and we kept the result for 2 years straight.
Wow. Okay. So what did you change?
It was just about the campaign structure. It was done horribly from a huge agency that I was like a bit shocked. But yeah, just changing the structure even on Google, making it better, just exploded.
3 to 12x in one
Yeah,
day?
yeah, for real. I'm not kidding. Three, and
Wow.
then I had a call after a week with them. They were like, "How, bro?
How did you do it?
You were just running traffic campaign.
Oh
You
my
were not
God.
even asking." Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
shoot.
insane. They were doing 3x.
That's crazy. They must have like great brand and just
Yeah,
everything
they're
just
quite
going.
big in Canada. They have even
Yeah.
physical store. They're big, so it was easy, but it was a very good result.
Now, talking about ad spend, what is your average monthly spend for client acquisition?
For me to acquire clients,
Yeah.
we are spending around less than 10K per month.
If you could automate just one part of your business, what would it be?
Uh, Someone that talk with the clients.
Okay, account manager. Awesome.
Account manager probably.
So, what marketing trend do you think is overhyped right now?
For me, AI is too overhyped, too much.
Too
For
much.
me, authenticity is better than AI. It's too much. There is stuff that is super useful, like automation, that part is great, but apart from that, like AI sales call, no, it's not working. When you have a sales call, you need to understand the real problem of a person. If it is like an
Oh,
AI,
like a AI sales call? I haven't seen those.
I like automated message with a voice. It's insane. So that it was horrible. Unless you're selling like an object, this case makes sense. If you're selling like this bottle of water, that's okay because it's just a bottle of water. People maybe they want to know how long does it take to get it at their place. That's okay.
Right.
But apart from that,
Too
terrible.
much. So, what is your current revenue and how are you initially funded?
What does it mean initially funded?
Yeah.
What does it mean initially funded?
Like, how did you get the money to start the business?
Uh, I didn't have money, so we just
Self-funded.
survived
Yeah.
self completely 100%. I didn't get any single dollar from anyone. Unluckily, at the beginning, I had to steal coffee from a coffee place to keep up the work. So like zero, nothing, like 100% hustling at the
Okay.
beginning.
And what is your current revenue rate?
We are above 35, 40 per month right now.
Okay.
At
Awesome.
least I don't know about September. I will figure out today.
Now, if you had to choose only one channel to grow e-commerce brands today, which one would it be?
Me to choose one acquisition client for my client.
Yeah.
I will just focus on Facebook ads.
Facebook
Just
ads.
one, just Facebook ads.
All right, there we go. Well, man, it has been super cool to talk to you, to connect with you. We initially met each other in January of this year in a agency founder event, right? That was super cool. I love that we've been like kind of, keeping up with each other through social media, supporting each other in whatever way we can. Thank you so much for jumping on the podcast today. It's been super fun chatting up. Now, before we wrap up, what is one single piece of advice that you'd give to agency owners that are specifically focused on e-commerce, working with e-commerce businesses? What single piece of advice would you give it to them?
Running ads for e-commerce is very stressful. You need to set up really great expectation for your client, because there are months that is not going to work and there is nothing you can do. But client, if you don't set up perfect expectation, they expect to work. So when you make the initial call, like, be 100% clear to avoid crazy headaches after, because they will text you, they will message you, they will send you Slack, mail everywhere, figuring out why the ROAS is not high, why we are not getting the same sale of the month before. You're like, bro, it's August, it's September, it's the worst period of the year. Let's wait, next month is going to be great. But if you want to avoid all the stress, which is very stressful, because sometimes you take it personally, you're like, oh, maybe I cannot do my work, but it's not up to you, it's up to the market. Set up clear expectation.
Amazing. Now, if the listeners want to connect with you, where's the best place to go?
They can connect me on LinkedIn or Instagram. That's cool. They can send me a message there.
Okay, cool. Well, let's make sure to link Instagram and LinkedIn below. And thank you for joining, Stefan. It's been super fun chatting up, man.
Yeah, for me too. Thank you for inviting me.
For sure. And for everyone listening, make sure to subscribe to Growth Lab Sessions so you never miss an episode. And if you found this conversation valuable, if you know other agency owners or e-commerce brands, you might want to share this video with them so they can get some value from it as well. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at JOWAU for more strategies on growing your agency. And I'll see you on the next podcast. Thank you so much.